Marieke Keller, and I am a teaching assistant professor in the Department of Communication Studies. I teach public speaking, primarily public speaking. When I teach AI, I first give them a background, how AI works, how it gets the information, the challenges, the benefits, all of that. And then what I do is throughout the semester, at different points in the semester, we'll use AI to help us in whatever tasks are. So for example, when we're talking about speech anxiety, I'll have them pull up whichever AI they use. Usually UTverse, ChatGPT gets used a lot. Perplexity gets used. And I have them put in a very specific prompt. And the prompt is, I'm an undergraduate student taking a public speaking class. I'm really scared about the speech I have to give. Can you give me 5 recommendations on what to do? And the idea behind this is, number one, show them another place they can go to get ideas on what to do with their anxiety. And then the second, which is AI related, that regardless of which AI you use, and even if it's the same one, when you put that prompt in, the same prompt, you'll get different responses. So with that one, we're just trying to show them that even if they ask the same thing, you've got different responses. And I use that later. I build on that later when we're talking about references and citations and credible sources, how using an AI is great to get ideas, but you can't use it as a credible source because you can't go back to that original document. You'll never get the same thing. And then later on, when, let's say we're talking about trying to find speech topics, we'll work through building the prompt and generating possible ideas for speeches for their speech topics for their first speech. So I use it throughout the semester to help them do the work, but I don't actually have them use AI as a finished product, because I do focus on the fact that the output should never be their finished product. I think Copilot, Gemini, they may use. I use generally when I'll start at UTverse. If it's not giving me what I want, I'll go to Copilot. But by then I've got at least an idea of what I'm looking for. So those are the top 2 I use. And I actually pull up UTverse first with the students because it is available to them. And we talk about the privacy settings and differences on UTverse versus, let's say, ChatGPT or Copilot. At first, I thought they'd be all over it. But when I first started talking about it, not many would own up to having checked out ChatGPT or the generative AIs. And when I asked, a lot of them had been told by other instructors, don't you dare go near it, don't use it, it will be considered plagiarism. So I've kind of had to get beyond that wall. But once they get beyond the wall and they see what the AIs can do, and I try to teach them to use it as a tool and not a replacement, not a crutch. So seeing what the AIs can do for them, help them in their thought processes, making sure that what they put together is cohesive and it has a logical train of thought. And even fun things. I've had just people or just playing around with it. Some of the AIs can generate images, right? So they play around with, what would this hairstyle look like? Or what would I look like with these color eyes? Or what if I tried this outfit? It doesn't all have to be school related, and there's a lot of fun to be had with it too. But I was surprised that I had to get beyond that wall that was built by other instructors. And I think I have to wonder, is the thought around AI now, the concerns, kind of the same concerns that our teachers had when the internet was coming up in the late 80s and becoming more and more popular, if it isn't that same thought process that we're going through. think the biggest challenge that I face is that I'm still learning it too. I am by no means an expert, and I'm constantly wanting to or trying to find new ways to use it. I'm learning about how other people are using it, checking out different types of AIs. My biggest challenge is actually staying one step ahead of my students, one step ahead of the class, because I know I'm not the expert and there's so much still that I have to learn and want to learn. So that's actually my biggest challenge.